Hello, my name is Nikki Eason, a South Carolina native from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm a life coach, motivational speaker, androgynous model. So many things that I just call myself a mogul. And if you know what a mogul is, it means I'm in all types of different businesses, got my hands in everything, which means I just can't be solidified to one thing. There's multiple things that I want to do in this world. I believe God made me the person who I am. He already created the path, and I'm just trying to fulfill the duties and the obligations that He wants me to do to pursue this dream. I actually am an androgynous model as well. I don't know if you guys understand what androgyny is, but I am here to be able to explain that to you. Androgynous means one who embodies male and female characteristics. Myself, I'm a female, but I love to wear men's clothing, and I have a lot of masculine tendencies that I never really understood when I was younger. I used to get teased like they wasn't sure if I was a boy or a girl. Don't get me wrong, I mean, that was very hurtful. I mean, anybody, can know that that was hurtful, not understanding, who you are or why you like to do boyish things. Androgyny, what I learned throughout the years, was something that I identified with. I embrace everything about me, my femininity, my curves and everything, but there's just parts of me that I just love the masculine side of me. That's what androgyny is. If you want to think about examples of androgyny, take Ellen DeGeneres. She's very androgynous. Take Prince. These are people that are very androgynous in the actual industry, which actually led me to create a project called the Androgynous Model. I created the Androgynous Model because I was trying to find a way to get people to be accepted, and the people who actually struggle to be accepted for who they truly are. I was tired of going to countless casting calls and fashion shows, showing up in men's clothing and not getting a chance to walk in the fashion show. I was tired of them asking me, where are your heels, going to agencies to try to get, bookings and talent agencies so they can actually give me a chance. I understand that it's you see me as a female, so you expect more things to come out of it. You expect me in heels and tight clothes, but that's just not me. I embrace men's clothing. I'm not saying that they're, completely baggy on me, but you can see it enough to be able to see my size and my actual curves. So I decided to create this show. Very similar to America's Next Top Model, but now I'm actually featuring androgynous people. Right now, I'm featuring the androgynous woman because I am an androgynous woman, where they compete in challenges, photo shoots, runways, and they're also learning about the many aspects of what it takes to become a model. I judge them in 5 categories: androgyny, ambition, marketability, originality, and professionalism. I feel that there's not a lot of androgynous people in the industry. I mean, we have a few that actually does it really well. I'm a big fan of Ellen DeGeneres, her being a female, and she just embraced, her androgynous side. She embraced men's clothing as well. Prince back in the day, he's a masculine guy, but he would dress very feminine. I think that was a form of androgyny as well. But there's not enough people, I feel like, in the industry that's an androgynous enough for other people like myself to be able to look up to them and say, hey, that's an option, I can go this way. So I decided to create this show to create a platform for that. And actually the winner will be the first face of the Androgynous Model, the first face of my Between Us agency for all androgynous people. And we're gonna make this thing happen. I've learned to know that when you have a vision, and God gave me that vision, that it's your duty, to plant it, and He'll water it. He'll bring the sunshine, He'll bring the rain, He'll bring everything that you need to make it happen. I did the first casting call in August of 2013. I had a second one like early September of 2013, and we released our first episode towards the end of September 2013. That's when the launch first started, and it actually has been great, since then, so for it to be 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months so far, this is where I am now. There are actually 4 incidents that really sticks out in my brain, when I take a look back on the different episodes I've already shot. The first episode, one of the contestants, Super, talks about how when she was younger, not knowing and understanding why she liked to wear men's clothing, how she had suicidal thoughts. When we had that first episode and I was interviewing them during the casting call, I never could imagine, some things that they went through that was, a lot harder than what I went through. Mello was talking about that as well on there, you know, how she had to sneak behind her mom's back, you know, to dress in men's clothing, you know. So that actually sticks out in my head a lot, you know, and to be able to get them to identify with something that they're proud of makes me feel really good. Another incident that sticks out in my head is in episode 3, Rugged Eclectic, where they actually are giving different scenarios that they've been in, and they have to react, how they react in those scenarios. And one was given, I think it was Trina was given, why was she dressing the way that she was dressing at church? You know, why does she have on men's clothing? And she's like, you know, I just like to wear what I want to wear, and how, you know, people look at her, you know, in a church environment, knowing that she's a female, but she just, you know, prefers to wear men's clothing. That's another, you know, incident that sticks out in my brain, because it's like I went through those same things, you know. And when people are in church and you're looking around and you're like, you know, I know that's a female, you know, but she's dressed a little different. Why don't she have a skirt on or a dress on? That makes me think about, hey, I exactly remember those days too. Also in episode 4, we actually did a runway downtown. We did a downtown Charlotte in the middle of Tryon and Trade, you know, and to look at people's faces that when we were standing in the crosswalk during our model poses and during the runway, how some people paid attention to us, some people didn't. Some people walked by us like it was nothing. Some people turned their actual faces up like they didn't know. And then we got a couple of them that just liked it and they just wanted to join in as well. And that lets me know that we understand that everyone is not going to accept us. We understand that. But if we are able to be in a position where we can educate more people, then there's a possibility that more people will be okay and be accepting of us. But the ones that do accept us is the ones that we enjoy, you know, all the time. So that makes me think about that too. The last one is in episode 5. Episode 5, Insane Mentality. The challenge for them was to do an insanity workout, you know, do an insanity workout after they got so like glamored up with their makeup and everything. They had no idea what they had to do, an insanity workout. And I said, you're going to do an insanity workout, and then there are going to be different times where I'm going to say stop, pose to each one of you guys. The insanity workout, I wanted to do that for them is because I wanted them to understand that it is about mental toughness. You got to be mentally tough, you know, trying to get into this industry, trying to be something different that people are not really used to. And I want anyone who, you know, classifies as the androgynous model or is trying to be a part of the Between Us agency to know that it starts with mentality. And when you are tested mentally and physically, a lot of things come out that you don't want people to see. And I wanted them to learn that in that particular episode, and I think they did just that. Finally, at the last episode, the top 2, it started with 5 and now it's 2. I definitely want to congratulate the top 2 who made it there, Emily and Supa. I really appreciate all your hard work, you know, and your courage for being a part of this, you know, powerful movement. The last episode, season finale, you know, I actually decided to open it up, you know, to the public so they can see the live shooting and the live filming and see everything that we go through to try to create 25 minutes of an actual episode. It's actually going to be held at Dup and Swat this Saturday, April 19th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm actually throwing a androgynous model fashion show as well. I reached out to the, you know, androgynous models in the country and asked, you know, who would be interested in being a part of it. And I've actually got some great feedback. There are people coming from New Jersey, from Memphis, Tennessee, from Florida, from Texas, and it just makes me feel really good to know that I've had an impact around the country, not just in Charlotte. This Saturday at Dup and Swat, Charlotte, North Carolina, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come witness who will be the androgynous model.